Hey everyone. I hope everybody's doing well today. I was just chilling out with our community members in our Discord this morning, and the news of the Microsoft acquisition of Activision Blizzard was announced, and there was some lively discussion around this topic. Also, additionally, there was an announcement that Ubisoft Plus was coming to Xbox. It's a subscription game service that includes access to over 100 Ubisoft games. So I started thinking to myself, is this the way gaming's headed? Now, don't get me wrong. I love the fact that music services have become available, such as Apple Music, Spotify, and many others out there, where you can, discover music what's on the internet versus flipping through CD cases in a music store. I know, I'm old. These services have been proven to be very successful, especially for newer artists, where their music was usually in the back of the store in a dark corner somewhere, never to be seen or discovered. Things have definitely changed. Also, streaming services have erupted to huge success as well. We all know of Netflix, Apple TV, Paramount TV, and the list goes on and on. I used to receive those Netflix DVDs in the mail. Wow, things have really changed. I must say, though, it's changed for the better. Access is everything these days, and overall, I think it's a great thing. But who wants to buy a DVD anymore? As a physical copy of the movie to be played whenever you want, or better yet, as part of a major collection. But my old brain is worried. Are video games going to stay on this path? Are we only going to be able to rent and stream games in the future? What happened to going to a store, picking up a physical game and getting excited to get home to open it up and read the instructions on the inside game cover? Hell, you'd be lucky to get anything like that now. Or what about seeing a trailer of a game in your PlayStation Network store, then playing a demo of the game and then deciding to buy it? Or watching a content creator actually play the game and give real-time reviews of it? Shout out to those beautiful people, by the way. My point is going to a streaming-only or digital subscription service the way? Or will it be the downfall of quality games that rely on good reviews and positive feedback from the community in order to sell those games for a profit? And to further entice developers and publishers to continue to make other iterations and expansions of the game. So why make a video of such an obvious topic of discussion? Because I'm worried. I'm worried that our power as consumers is going to be minimized by not voting with our wallets. Hypothetically, what if we all just played games through these rental and streaming services and purchasing games was not an option, or maybe no one wants to buy games anymore? Think of the DVD example I mentioned. Then what bar are we setting for game developers? Hey, I don't pretend to understand the compensation model inside these giant gaming platforms like Xbox, Microsoft, and others. If a title gets more attention or plays than others, does that mean that they receive more compensation? Or is it already in stone what they're going to receive up front? I don't know. Who knows for sure, besides the internal workings of such places. But my concern is that mass distribution and creation of future games might be the norm. Instead of making one quality game and then selling it, and the sales of that game determines its success with consumers, like Bungie, for instance. They have a free-to-play version where you can get introduced to the game and play the initial story of the game. But Bungie makes their money on selling DLC, seasonal content, future expansions. This is what fuels the studio to make money. And more importantly, it fuels them to make a good quality game. Because if they didn't, guess what? No one would buy it anymore. I'm afraid that because we might not be as critical of games with the idea of, well, dude, it was basically free. I didn't have to buy it. I'm afraid that'll be the norm. It may be the attitude of consumers out there. But that brings up another question. How do these studios make additional money to support especially the live service model now that seems to be the rage? With all DLC and add-ons, being extra, will that be available, or will the domination of these services in the future prevent or dissuade that? And don't get me wrong, I'm not defending studios selling cosmetics for exorbitant amounts of money, real money at that. I mean, if I don't own the game anyway, why would I want to buy extra DLC and cosmetics? If the rental or streaming service decides at any time just to cancel the availability of the game to consumers, and we have little say in that. I know for all you out there saying, well, Gator, you can buy the game. You can still buy the game at a discounted price. Yeah, but I'm talking about the future. When these services become more hardcore and more entrenched in our consumer market, just like these streaming services with the other two entertainment areas I talked about, that's what I'm worried about. Yes, and I also know that because a lot of games are tied into live service models now, that we may already be too late. But there's games out there that don't rely on these models, and you can buy them and play them as many times as you want. Well, these are the things that mill around in this old head of mine, and maybe I'm just out of touch with my old ways of thinking. But what do you think? We have discussions like this in our podcast, Guardian Downcast, all the time. It's a weekly podcast where two dads that love Destiny talk about it. We also talk about general gaming and entertainment as well. And we also interview content creators and community members to hear their stories. So if that sounds like something you might want to listen to, check us out. It's Guardian Downcast, and it's available on all your podcast catchers out there, so to speak. Or you can just go to guardiandowncast.com. All our contact information's in there, by the way, including our awesome Discord, which I love visiting every morning. Let me know down below in the comments, though, about this topic. And thanks for listening to this old fart. And later, Guardian.